Hi, I'm Martin.
I'm Sebastian, and we are BigBoyPlants. Long story short, we've been interested in plants for a while now, but we were intimidated by the process behind them.
Until we decided to jump in.
While we lack in experience, we compensate in thorough research and a hands-on approach.
So check out our videos to find out everything a plant beginner needs to know to get their green thumb going. So today, I want to give you a quick plant tour so you can get to know my plants and which of them are growing healthily, which of them are struggling a bit, but overall you can see the process that I have had so far. Please note that I lived in Cali, Colombia, which is pretty humid and warm, so considering that it's good environment for some of the plants, but especially tropical plants, but for some of them might not be the ideal environment, so you'll see some of them struggling, but it's part of the learning process, and let's get into it. Alright, so we're gonna get started with this quick plant tour. So here in first place we have this variegated pothos. So it has been growing healthily for a while. It was in fact the first pothos that I got, and you can see here how it is starting to trail down. This armoire, which looks kind of cool. Then we have here this bird's nest fern, which is also growing healthily. So it looks kind of cool. This plant one next to another, and actually I'm gonna show you how it looks a bit on the inside. In fact, I created recently a video on what's working for me to take care of this big guy here, so you can check how the foliage is looking. So far so good. Alright, moving on with the Xanthurium that is placed here, so you can check how it has some cool flowers, and it's been some months since I got it. It has been a bit challenging to take care of this plant, but I think it's looking good. It has some brown spots on its leaves, part of the learning, but I already cut some flowers from it. So yeah, I think it's looking good. Then we have here this fiddle leaf fig, or Ficus lirata, and you can see here how it's growing healthily as well. Then moving on to the balcony, you can see here this Aglaonema, or Chinese evergreen, next to this big guy, which is a Philodendron Xylem. Then you can see here next to the philodendron we have this Monstera deliciosa, and we have this Calathea medallion, which looks good. So here I'm trying to group some tropical plants so they can get some of the benefits of grouped humidity. Then let's move here. We have this another variety of Aglaonema, or Chinese evergreen, which is currently blooming a little bit. I really like these colors, pink colors. Then here we have another bird's nest fern, which has struggled during the past weeks due to a pest, but I'm kind of giving it a treatment, and it's kind of improving little by little. Another big learning and challenge for me. Then we have Calathea lancifolia, or rattlesnake plant. It's a baby, but I really liked it, and it's so far going good. Then we have another Calathea orbifolia, and we can see some new leaves coming out. See here, nice. Then we have peperomia, which I got yesterday, looking good. Next to it we have this jade plant, which I made a video about it recently. And then we have this palm, which has been with me since I think like 3 years. So it's the biggest plant that I have here in my balcony. So you can check its foliage, pretty cool. Alright, so moving on with this zebra plant, or Aphelandra squarrosa. You can notice that it has been struggling a bit because it got attacked by a pest not so long ago, so I had to do a special treatment, recovered treatment. I also had to cut the flower bracts because the blooming had already passed, so I think it was kind of draining the energy from it. So I cut the bracts, and some new leaves and limbs started to appear, which I think it's a good sign of it's been recovering. All right, moving on with this Alcacia poly, or Amazonica. I got it yesterday, so it's a new one here in the gang as well. Then we have a small cactus next to a bonsai, and next to a jade baby plant, or crassula baby plant. Then we have here a Stroman triostar, which is similar to other prayer plants. I got it some days ago as well, so it's new here, new kid in the block, but I really like the combination of its colors, and it's adapting well to its new home. Then we have here a snake plant, and this one is already been with me like 2 years, for 2 years, and I have propagated multiple times. In fact, you will see here that I have a child, and we can see some sprouts coming out, which is quite cool. Then we have here a succulent, and to be honest, where I live, Cali, Colombia, it's the tropical zone, and it's really hot and very humid, so not the best environment for some succulents. So yeah, that's a learning that I had. Then here we have an orchid, which is dormant, but you can see here some pictures of how it looked some months ago, so can't wait to see it bloomed again. Then here we have a Fatsia japonica, which I really like as well, maybe a candidate for repotting soon. And then here we have another pothos, which is not variegated, that's why I have it here, but it's growing well. See, it has strong foliage. And we have another small palm here, like have a couple of these. All right, so that's it for the balcony. Now moving on to my office. Okay, so here's my office. and I have some plants here to be with me while I'm working. And here you can see a Calathea zebrina, which is one of my favorite plants, to be honest. It's been with me for some, I think, 3 months, and it likes it here, actually, this pot. And I have seen multiple leaves coming out, so you can check how one is here, it's coming out. All right, moving on to this other Calathea, Makoyana. Check it out. I really like as well, like these patterns in this Calathea. Pretty cool. So it's next to me. Now here is propagated pothos. So I have been propagating pothos actively, and you can see here how the roots are starting to come out. So it's quite a successful propagation. Then we have here another alocasia, variegated alocasia, which also was attacked by pests. I think in that case were spider mites, and you can see like some scars. You can see some scars on its leaves. Here I had to cut like 2 leaves, but it recovered. And for example, this leaf is recent. This one as well just came out, and yeah, so it's quite delicate in case spider mites attack it. But I try to keep it very humid around it. I mist it every other day to raise humidity levels and keep the pests away, and I also clean its leaves regularly. Last but not least, we have this cactus, and it's been growing nicely. Right, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. I hope that gives you an idea of who's behind BigBoyPlants. And you can see that in some cases there are some plants that are growing well, while others are struggling a bit. But at the end of the day, this is a learning process, and of course there will be mistakes, but the idea is to keep improving. So make sure to post below your comments if you have any suggestions, if you liked it, if you want us to keep doing these plant tours, not only here but outside. There's a lot of plants where I live, so let us know your thoughts on what you like to see more in our channel. Again, thanks for your support. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel and give us the green thumb. And I hope to see you next time in the next video. Until then, happy planting.